Yeah, okay. There you go. Okay. So if there's any thing about this Mandela effect, we'll see it maybe very soon or in the future.
Like thousands of years from now or something. I don't know.
All right, well, this is my laboratory, some overtime, and we just got done shooting a video with an interesting subject, at least to me and William, and that's about the Mandela Effect. And
Has it changed yet? Nope, hasn't changed yet.
yeah, so I ponder the whole theory of the Mandela Effect, and it's really weird to me. You know, I'm sure that a lot of people are just when something happens like that, maybe they're just confused about what they saw. Like they just don't remember it right. They're just they just didn't catch it right. And then when they see it again, they're like, wait a minute, that wasn't like that. They maybe just don't have it right. But there's a really good chance that it is different, thanks to that great big, what's that called again? That thing that does the collider.
The super collider?
Yeah, and they're messing with quantum stuff and quantum computers. The fact that they exist, that they're actually working in the quantum level, that might be the explanation for why this stuff is changing.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
To me, it's hard to prove. You really can't prove it, especially when something changes and the only thing you have to go on is somebody's memory. Well, memory is a tricky thing.
Yeah.
Misremembering something is something that everybody does all the time. Kind of like with the other Mandela thing with the whole Star Wars, with the Luke, I am your father, no, I am your father.
Yeah.
Like with that one, I think that's just a misremembering. It's just somebody said it one way because they watched the movie and then they said the phrase, Luke, I am your father. And everybody is now hearing that and they're repeating that. But when you watch the movie and you remember the dialogue that happened in between that, where Darth Vader says, did Yoda ever tell you about your father? And then Luke's all like, yeah, he told me you killed him. Then, of course, Darth Vader's next thing's going to be is, no, I am your father. So when I hear Luke, I am your father, it's like, yeah, I remember it being that way. No, that's the way I remember people telling me it was like, not what it actually was. But then I think of the dialogue, I'm like, no, actually, yeah, I do remember it being, no, I am your father. Mm-hmm. So that's just misremembering. But then in the cases where it is, like somebody truly knows, like the whole Ford emblem thing, where that guy that drew it knows
that he didn't draw it a certain way.
Yeah, that he didn't.
And you go back and look at
it.
the car now, or the images of it, and it has a new little curly Q in the F.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's
not proof. But I believe him.
Yeah,
but it's still not proof.
Yeah, that's just one person's.
Even our experiment. If something was to happen with the camera A, camera B, there's two videos of the same thing that are going to be on my channel. And hopefully, we're covering all the bases. And then the fact that we signed it on the back of how I had wrote it. Even if we tell you at the end, we look at the video and something has changed, and we even tell you and show you the back of the card, is that proof? I mean, because some people say you just made a new card.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and it's not. It's not.
It's proof to us, but it's not. Maybe not. Proof to you.
Yeah, there's not enough witnesses.
Yeah.
I guess if we had more witnesses, right now it's just Chris and me.
Yeah.
we're the witness.
But I'm telling you right now, I mean, we only got one card. I hung it on the wall. Yeah. It's on the video. When we show it again, we even brought it a little closer to the camera so you can read it better. Mm. So I hope that's enough. Oh, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But the cool theory is if thanks to the quantum computer that's out, thanks to Google and a couple others, and those guys doing their particle collision in Sweden, that there's a theory that there's multiple universes, and we're on this one right now, and we're thanks to the quantum physics that's going on in places of the world, that sometimes I bet you we dip into another another one, and some things were different in that universe. For instance, I maybe when I woke up this morning in this universe, I decided to put on my mixed in shirt, but maybe in that universe, the one that's right next to us, very, very dangerously close, I decided to put on a different shirt. And so when a picture gets taken of me today wearing this shirt and that Mandela Effect takes place, that picture of me has a different shirt. That is an example of what is going on with the Mandela Effect. Like they even say there's a lot of controversy about the Kennedy assassination, that there was 6 people in the car, and a lot of people only remember 4. And so there's actually multiple pictures out there that show a little bit of both. So it's like, that's some strange stuff.
Yeah.
That could be a topic on its own where we do a little research and we got all the pictures that we could find. But still, that's very, very interesting where, you remember it a certain way and then you see some pictures and you're like, wait, that looks different than the way I remember it.
Well, like even with something like that, because I do remember seeing 4 people in the car, but then that doesn't make sense because where Kennedy was, he was on the right-hand side of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm, in the back.
And when he got shot, the governor, mayor,
there's two people in front of him.
Mayor or governor, but he got shot, right? And right next to him was his wife. So if there was only 4 people in the car, why the hell was his wife driving?
Yeah.
So that right there doesn't make sense. I mean, unless I guess she likes to drive or something like that. But so that can only makes sense in my mind that there was an extra set of people in front of them when I was driving and another passenger. So
the Mandela Effect is I think maybe in really big situations that happen in the Earth where the Mandela Effect decides to do something then, but then maybe on some frivolous stuff too, like just little things. But there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that claim that they've got some evidence of the changes of things that we remember as kids, and you look at that now and it's different.
Yeah.
Like the names of cereal boxes and old storybooks that we read as the kids and stuff like that. Those things are spelled different and stuff. It's like, wait a minute. But,
yeah. See, either the Mandela Effect is real and we are colliding with another universe, which soon will destroy our universe and their universe and the collision of it.
They'll intertwine so bad that
we'll just blow up. Or we're all batshit crazy. One of the two. I don't know. Maybe we're reading into it too much.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if that is the case, there should be zero evidence of it.
Well, what started this was that the president, whatever his name, Mandela, was apparently died in like 1983, I want to say. That's the way we all remember it. But apparently he died like 2013. So that's why it's called the Mandela Effect. It's like,
really?
We all thought he died a long time ago. I remember the news. I remember all that kind of stuff. And it turns out, no, he was alive. So it's like there was a shift in the time-space continuum. The Mandela Effect is because of that
Was it
guy.
like big on the news and everything? Yeah. I was just born when that happened, so I didn't like the news.
I think it was
at that
83.
age.
I'll fix that. I'll put a picture of where I remember.
But that sounds really weird, especially if it was big news. But that wouldn't surprise me. Somebody faking their death, it being big news. Then later on the line, they find out, oh, this guy didn't really die. Hey, he didn't really die. Oh, who gives a crap?
No, but it wasn't.
But then all of a sudden,
it wasn't the news. Like
dead.
it wasn't the news that he wasn't dead and now he's dead. It was like, oh, man, that guy Mandela, he died in his sleep or whatever in 2013. It's like, no, it wasn't a big news story. It was kind of like, oh yeah, that guy Mandela, he's dead now. No, but the rest of us are like, wait a minute, he was already dead.
Yeah.
Like for a couple decades.
It's like, nah, he died a long time ago. Are we talking about the same Mandela here? Is this Junior? What's going on? But I don't know. For me, it's hard to believe. I can't cross my legs that way. That just feels awkward. My legs falling asleep. For me, it's hard to believe that. To me, I want to say, yeah, that's very interesting. That let's go ahead and prove this. But another side of me says, no, the human mind is really twisted, literally. And it's all in our brains. It's all shit that we're making up. And nothing's really going on. It's our brains. It's our brains tricking us or making us try to believe something that's not really there. I don't know.
But for it to happen to one person would be, okay, I get that. But for it to happen to the way a whole mess of people see it the same way, it's like, that's a pretty big mind trick.
That's the glory of nowadays, though, with the modern connection that we have. We have the internet. Everybody can get in touch with everybody. So back in the, say even before the internet, like during the phone age, yeah, communications, it was not that big. You to get a hold of somebody, you'd have to write them a letter, an actual letter with ink and paper and mail it. Unless they're close, then you can call them. But nowadays, you can talk to somebody that is literally on the other side of the planet than you. And so that makes it easier for ideas to spread, which is a good thing and is a bad thing. So, but I'm not saying it's not true though, because one occurrence is strange, two occurrences is odd, but three that's something else. And
I'm also, I think that the whole quantum and multiple universe thing sounds fantastic. If I was so in my kid years, somebody talking about that stuff, I'd be like, oh, it's a bunch of, that's a bunch of malarkey, because, back then, fantastic stories like War of the Worlds were on TV, and it's like, nobody believes in UFOs and all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, yeah. But nowadays, all that stuff, it really doesn't seem that far-fetched to me. It really doesn't. It seems doable. Like, okay, well, it doesn't really strike me as false and people just imagining way too much. This is reality today, and so maybe for me, I'm not going to be all that weirded out when I experience more Mandela effects. I haven't experienced one myself yet, but when I hear more about it, I'm be like, well, it's not too weird. It's like, okay, I get it. We live in a day now, because we've messed with quantum physics and stuff, that these days are never going to be the same. I'm sure that back in the Egyptian times that none of that kind of stuff has ever happened, and that never came up.
Yeah.
But now it is. Times are different, and things are changing, and I'm okay with that so far, until
as long as our universe doesn't explode, I'm happy. I'm fine. I just don't want my universe to explode.
Yeah. So
at least not in that way. I mean, if it's an enjoyable way, go for it. Explode the shit out of it. But if it explodes me out of existence, no.
So if you guys have any of your own stories about the Mandela Effect, leave a comment below. I would love to hear your Mandela Effect story.
Yeah.
Because that would be really cool.
One way I like to think about it is like Fox Mulder. He wanted to believe in aliens, but he wasn't just going to go like, oh yeah, I believe in them 100%. No, he wanted proof. He wanted science, straight on, real proof of what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to believe, I do, but I need some evidence. I'm not just going to say, okay, yeah, I believe you, by word of mouth. No, I want proof, damn it.
Well, your comments aren't going to be proof, but I still want to hear them.
Interesting. Definitely interesting. I love hearing about that kind of stuff, regardless of how much I don't believe it. If anything, it's just great entertainment.
Well, like you would love to go ghost hunting, and but you've told me many a times that you really don't believe.
Yeah.
You really don't believe in a ghost, and the only way you're going to believe in a ghost is if one was standing right in front of you, and you can tell that it's a ghost, and it says that it's a ghost.
Yep.
So
it feels
there's
like
that.
a ghost. Smells like a ghost. Tastes like a ghost.
Even though because we can see images of ghosts on the internet, that doesn't mean that somebody didn't Photoshop it, because that's been done a million times, and some of them have sneaked by, and there's no evidence of Photoshop, but yet it's like, since there is Photoshop and people it doesn't have to be Photoshop, just other photo trickery, that makes it so that it's hard for me to believe it, because you could duplicate that.
Yeah.
Because thanks to computers and all this stuff. So
Well, thanks for people ruining it.
and even if we went out and did ghost hunting and I snapped a picture and I actually caught a ghost and I tell you with my eyes straight to you, believe me, that is real. That you might. That doesn't mean anything. I could. You might still think that I might have tricked the camera or did some kind of effect, and so that's still not proof just because I took a picture and showed it to you.
You know,
But if we ever did catch a ghost, I'm just telling you, we would not lie about it.
well,
that
if
would be
we,
it, you know.
if we ever do fake something, we're gonna tell you, hey, we faked it.
But we're not no point to fake it
well,
unless it's
just for entertainment purposes.
for like a sketch or something.
Yeah, for like a sketch or somewhere for just practicing with something. I would like if we fake it, we're gonna be like in the beginning of it. This is entertainment only. It's not real.
Yeah.
Now what I hate is when people go, "Oh, this is real,"
This is real.
and you see them and they got the camera and like, "This is so fake. They're gonna fall for it."
Like when people
You know,
made
I hate
that video of this crazy huge spider-looking thing that climbed up this building and supposedly shot from this other window from across the way. This was like over in UK or something like that. This crazy spider crawling over it. So for like 2 or 3 years, this was out there, and everybody thought that this was something that was actually happened. I mean, it looked very realistic. Finally, the guy said, "Yeah, I was messing around with some fancy software, and I used a low-end camera and pointed it out the window for about a minute, and then I took the footage and I did all this stuff, and then I put it online, and it went viral." And he just didn't say at any time that it was faked, and it
Yeah.
was faked. So I because of that ruining it for everybody when they catch something really bizarre, we just people have cried wolf so many times that we just don't want to believe it.
Yeah. And you can't really blame it on the person too all the time. It could have been like he did that and he forgot to mention, hey, this is me practicing my effects, and he puts it out. Then somebody else sees it, they grab it, then they throw it out, saying, hey, look at this real stuff.
That did happen. It got copied by somebody else in a lower resolution, and it got spread.
Yeah, somebody else is the one that spread the rumor about it being real.
Yeah, it's
Fuck them.
sad, huh?
Yeah. But back to the ghost thing, though. I think that's a lot like the Mandela Effect. If you get hard rock proof on it, that proof is only good for you. If I saw a ghost and I videotaped that ghost, and I got my videotapes of seeing the ghost and me seeing the ghost, for one thing, the videotape tells me I'm not freaking crazy. I don't got things wrong with my eyes. The video caught it too. Everybody else is not going to believe me. But at least I know that that's real. That's all I really want. And I'll give it to other people who be like, hey, this is my experience, really what happened. And they can take it for what it's worth.
And when we go ghost hunting, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to show you our footage that we caught, whether it has something on it or not. Well, we already did one, and there was voice phenomena that on there that I can't explain. Yes, it's possible to have edited that in. We didn't, but so when you watch that one, that stuff is in there, and that wasn't added by any means. We didn't hear it in person. It was on the audio recording afterwards. So there's that. So all you have is our word, and
Just gonna have to take it for what it is.
yeah, take it for what it is.
And like I said, if we ever do fake something, we'll say it.
We'll say it. Yeah,
It'll-
we're
it'll-
proud of our
it'll-
effects.
Yeah, it'll actually be part of a skit. I mean, we're joking around usually in our skits anyways. And if you see it, well, actually, we're joking around regardless of anything anyways. But our outings, I guess we should call them, my explorations, that stuff, that's real. We do that, and that's real. I shouldn't say that. We actually did skits in our outings. The last one we went to
We're camping?
40EB.
Oh,
Yeah, 40EB wasn't really for sale. We were just pretending we were gonna buy the place. So that was actually fake too.
and then when we went to the Redwood Forest, we brought our cameras, and so we did a sketch there
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Redwood Forest.
Yeah, we did
ghost-
campfire.
yeah.
Campfire stories.
But there wasn't any like special effects in that one.
Yeah, nothing was real about it.
That was pretty cool.
No, there were special effects. You screamed like a girl. Chris screamed like a girl.
No, I did.
For a lot. He screamed a lot like a girl.
Okay.
You go check it out. It's funny. Chris screaming like a girl.
You don't catch it till the end, so what's nice.
No,
is
don't tell him that. They have to watch the whole thing.
I know you have to watch the whole thing. You
You can't just skip to the end. You gotta watch the whole thing. Otherwise, it won't make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it will, but it won't.
No, wait.
'Cause
You
it
gotta
will.
watch the whole thing.
You gotta watch it.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So The Mandela Effect. If you've got a story, I want to hear it. I want to read it, and then maybe we could do another episode about your story if it's really really interesting, and we can actually do an episode where we talk about that particular Mandela Effect story.
Yeah, talk about your story.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for watching My Laboratories After Hours, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna read your stories. See you later.
Later.